Hello, welcome to another tutorial from BTech Enterprise. And today we're going to focus on the BTech Integrator, and we'll look at the monitoring aspect, the real-time monitoring. So we're firing it up, and as it loads up, I'll give you a brief here. We'll look at the monitoring and how it monitors the IBM Tivoli Directory Server or the IBM Security Directory Server, SDS. And it monitors those in real time. And it can monitor more than one server at a time with the version 4, must be version 4 of the integrator. So first of all, we have already pre-selected, defined several of the LDAPs. So right now, just to give a brief, we will do a selection on guest here. So that's going to go and bring us back some results just to make sure we have connectivity. So we do. So now we're going to use this option here for the monitoring statistics. And that gives us a server list on the left. We select that and we can see these are the servers that it can talk to and the other ones it cannot at this time. So first we're going to monitor the ZFlex LDAP server. And here you notice it brings up a number of charts and it's not running. So we hit the play button, which starts the real-time monitor. So this is a real-time feed that goes to the server, gets some information, and comes back and display it in a graphical interface. So you can see we can get the client connections. We can get how many binds and unbinds that we have. We can also get the number of operations and throughput rate. This is very unique for a monitor going against the IBM Security Directory Server. I don't think any other monitors can do that outside of this one in a real-time fashion. Also, we get backend threads again, very unique for the BTech Integrator version 4. Don't think you can get that from other monitors in a real-time fashion either. Server logs as well. Have not run across any other tool that allows you to look at the logs and allows you also to break them apart to see the different types of errors that you have in those. So this is running now. What the BTech Integrator real-time monitor also gives you is the ability to look at the client connection. So we do a right click here and we can look at how many connections we have. So you can look at all the clients that's connected. We can look at what port they are serviced on, operations, and the data of connections, and along with the IP addresses. So we have a number of guests and number of read-only administrators connected to at this time. We also can kill the connections if we want with the paid version. We get updates to refresh this screen. We're going to close this now. Then I want to highlight that we can pull up, again, more than one system. So right now we're looking at the ZFlex LDAP here. So we're going to go to the BTech LDAP. We'll do a click here. And so now we have this server connected, and we'll hit the play button, and it will start to monitor that LDAP server. And let me go back to this one. And we can change the range to, let's say, 5 minutes versus the 2, and refresh every 5 seconds. I'm going to leave that, but we can go and refresh it less. So it's basically performance change that we don't go and tax the system every 5 seconds. We can make it every minute. But for now, I want to get the data, so we'll stay at 5 seconds. Now here, I'm going to push this out to 5 minutes as well, and leave at 5 seconds. So we can note here that we only have 4 connections, and on the other one we have 75. So that shows you again the distinction between the two. We're going to get the connections over here on the BTech LDAP. On this particular one, only root, which is myself, logged in there, so no nothing there that's too exciting. The number of binds is low, relatively low, 400 compared to the binds here, which is over 100,000 since the server been up. And you see, since we're doing some operations back and forth, you can see the spike here. And what I want to also point out is you can zoom in. So if we double click this chart here, so we can get a blowout of that, and we can stretch it wide, and we can basically get a little bit more closer look on this with some of the information. So we see as the transaction rate spiked up, we're going to terminate this one, and then I want to look at this operations one real quick. So this tells us basically everything was searching, and very few ads. If I leave my mouse there, it tells us there's 4 ads, 0 deletes, 0 updates, and around 86,000 searches. Okay, so you get more data on that. I also want to bring up the logs. So here, again, our integrator, BTech version 4, allows us to see as our log is logging. And this is important. If there's a lot of errors that popped up all of a sudden, you would see a spike in the number of errors that something went on. And furthermore, you can eliminate different pieces of the logs by selecting these for strike throughs. So I know this is my failed operations log that I'm looking at here. And then I can also look at my Ldap logs, the IBM slapd log here, to get an idea of how many messages is in that log and whether it's a spike, any changes in it. So that type of information is very useful when you want to just check the overall health and activity of the server. So we're going to kill that right now. And then the same goes for our client connection threads. We can look at one of these and eliminate the other if need be to see if there's waiting going on, and then from the client standpoint, or writer threads that's being blocked. So that all shows up here, and we can monitor again this in a live manner, and we can do it again every 5 minutes worth of data, and not or more, I should say. So this is basically an overview of the real-time monitor. Again, all this data is real-time. And yes, again, we are monitoring 2 servers at once. You can monitor more, but that is a limit. Performance and other thing dictates that you can't have, an overwhelming number of those. What we also have a little customization here is the color background scheme. Notice I just changed that to a light background. So, if your preference is to have a lighter, distinctive shading there, you can do that by selecting that bar, that button here, to change it from light to dark, basically. Okay, so that's basically the overview, and I hope you like it, and look forward to using the BTech Integrator version 4. Lots more to come. Stay tuned. www.btechldap.com.